Well, most crucial thing in creating an e-commerce business is that you tell a story about your brand that is different than any other brand you compete with, that engages your customers, that makes them proud and interested because they know your story and why your product, your service, whatever, is different and something that appeals to them. So I think it's really storytelling and engagement that is the differentiator first and foremost for great e-commerce sites and great brands online.
You need to provide a solution, a product, a service which will be demanded in the market. I mean, if you have a great idea and nobody needs it, then it's not going to be a good business idea. So I think, yeah, the consumer needs, that's the most important thing.
Know the market and know your competitors. So make some research, decide what is your USP, and see if someone else has it and how you want to present it. Really make your research and be prepared before you start.
The most important thing is the product itself or the service you're going to offer. Then, of course, the e-commerce platform, the technologies you use. And the last thing, and also it is very important, is how you market, like your digital marketing strategy, the copywriting you use, the images, the videos.
Well, I haven't started one yet, but I was working for a startup in e-com business and also built up a marketplace from scratch at Douglas where I work now. So from what I experienced there are actually two main things that are important for e-com business. So the one is the people and the other one is the right technology. And I think if you invest in those two things, then you have a solid base for starting an e-com business. For the people, it's important to have flexible, open-minded people that can easily adapt to new changes in the business, that have fun at what they do, that are innovative. And for the technology, it's key to have a technology where you can scale up easily, internationalize, and I think that's the base. And after that, you can think of, okay, which assortment do you want to onboard? Which market do you want to go to and sell your products, but the base is the people and the technology.
E-commerce business is, when it comes to my point of view, like all the other businesses. You have to have a great idea and you have to solve a problem. So, and for that you need great people and great employees, and to hire great employees or to attract them, you need a very good culture, a purpose and a great environment where you can satisfy them and make them happy.
I think it's very important to focus on inputs. Look at the product you sell, the business model you have, in which category you are selling in, and what is the most important inputs to focus on. For example, for us, it's a lot about customer experience. We sell furniture, so we need to make sure that our sofas are presented very well in e-commerce so that we build trust for the customers to buy a sofa online.
The most important thing I would say is first to make a decision that you are ready, and then find a reliable partner for the logistics services, because the logistics is a key to cross-border, it's a key to e-commerce, and we consider this to be the most important thing.
First and foremost, the most important thing when starting an e-commerce business is to consider especially when looking at cross-border, what is the new market you are entering. And in addition, it can be a great point to use an omni-channel or integration partners. As such, you can easily manage all your marketplace connections through one place.
These days, I guess you have to decide if you want to sell on marketplaces or if you want to build up your own online shop. Setting up your own online shop completely outside of marketplaces is a pretty hard task these days, I would say. So that's the very first decision you'll have to make, and you obviously have to analyze the market if it's waiting for your products or whatever you're selling.
Furthermore, you have already existing customer base. And besides that, there are lots of tools, marketing, analytical, logistics, available to you with little additional costs, which otherwise will be significantly higher if you were to create your own e-commerce business.
I think that you actually need to start to think about your operations. That is one of my constant topics. And the reason is that a lot of e-commerce companies, they actually think very, very short-sighted. Or actually a lot of companies think very short-sighted. Let's get this off the road. We are fine working manual, etc. But they don't plan for expansion. They don't plan for a future. Examples of that can be you open up in one country and you want to expand to more countries, but you only got one warehouse. And then you are still competing with others who actually can sell the same thing in the other markets, but they can deliver way faster because they got, you know, near shore warehouses or warehouses in the vicinity. It's just one example. And then also when you come to your product management, if you are not producing the products yourself, but you're actually dependent on your suppliers, how are they handling their GTINs? How are they handling their their article numbers, etc.? And how will you actually internalize that in your own system so that you can actually know where are you going to sell what product? Because they may have the same GTIN. They may even have the same article number, but there will be different languages on the package, for example. And what I mean with that is that people need to think ahead and actually do not overlook the operations and your system landscape if you want to be successful.
3, 2,